All right, today we're going to dive into one of Vedic astrology's most revered nakshatras. It's called Pushya, and its entire essence, its whole reason for being, is dedicated to this incredibly powerful force that quietly shapes everything around us, nourishment. This quote, it just gets right to the heart of what makes Pushya so special. You see, it's not just about achieving success. Plenty of energies can give you a quick win. Pushya's unique power is that it provides the framework to actually sustain that success, to protect it and help it grow for the long haul.
The name itself tells you pretty much everything you need to know. In Sanskrit, Pushya literally means to nourish, to strengthen, and to foster growth. So we're not talking about a quick flash of inspiration here. This is all about the steady, patient process of building something that's meant to last.
So what really makes up this star of nourishment? To get a handle on it, we really need to look at its core identity. The symbols and the unique power that define what it's all about.
The symbols here tell such a rich story. The most powerful one, for sure, is the cow's udder. I mean, what a perfect image of pure, unconditional sustenance. Then you've got the lotus flower, which signifies this divine potential rising up out of the mud. Together, they paint this beautiful picture of selfless, holistic growth. And this all leads to its unique power, or its Shakti. It's called Brahma Varchasa Shakti, which translates to the power to create divine brilliance. And listen, this isn't about nourishing your body or your bank account, not really. This is about generating spiritual energy. It's this rare, incredible ability to literally feed the soul. So where does all this incredible power come from? Well, it's not from just one single source. It's actually the result of a divine partnership, a cosmic team that's working in perfect harmony. Let's meet the two key players behind the whole operation.
Okay, so on one side, you've got Brihaspati, or Jupiter, the great teacher. Think of him as the architect. He's the one who provides the divine vision, the wise, ethical blueprint for growth. But a blueprint is just an idea, right? That's where Saturn comes in, as the Dasha Lord. The planet that really governs its long-term expression, Saturn is the master builder. He brings the discipline, the patience, the grit, to turn that vision into a solid, lasting reality. So Jupiter dreams it, and Saturn builds it to last.
And this whole dynamic, it all plays out in the zodiac sign of Cancer, which is ruled by the moon. So the moon acts as this emotional filter, adding that deeply caring, sensitive, and protective quality to everything Pushya touches. It's what gives it its heart.
So, what happens when you combine Jupiter's wisdom, Saturn's discipline, and the moon's deep, caring heart? What kind of personality does that actually create?
This table really breaks it all down for us. First, notice the diva, or divine nature. That gives it a really strong ethical compass. Then its sattvic quality means its intentions are fundamentally pure. And look at this, the Varna is kshatriya, or warrior. But wait, this isn't an aggressive, charging into battle warrior. It's a protector, a responsible leader. It all adds up to a personality that is just inherently stable, dependable, and pretty much built to care for other people. But hey, Pushya isn't some one-size-fits-all energy. It's divided into 4 sections, or padas. Just think of them as 4 distinct chapters within the whole Pushya story. Each one adds its own unique planetary flavor to that core nurturing nature. Let's go through these 4 different expressions. Okay, so the first pada is ruled by the sun, which gives it this Leo subsignature, or Navamsa. This infuses Pushya's nurturing style with a lot of confidence and authority. This is the leader who protects their team, the proud parent who guides their family. Their care comes out as strong, confident leadership. The only potential pitfall here, maybe just a little bit too much pride.
Now the second pada is ruled by Mercury, which makes the nurturing way more practical, way more analytical. This is care that's expressed through precision and service. Think of the skilled doctor, the detail-oriented teacher, or the financial advisor who's protecting your assets. It's less about the warm fuzzies and a lot more about getting the details right.
Pada 3 is ruled by Venus, and that brings a huge focus on harmony, comfort, and connection. So here, nurturing is all about creating beautiful, supportive relationships and environments. This is the host who makes everyone feel welcome, the counselor creating a safe space, or the diplomat who's building bridges. Their care is really expressed through social grace and creating comfort.
And finally, we have the fourth pada, which is ruled by Mars. This brings a very Scorpio-like intensity to the mix. This is by far the most fiercely protective form of Pushya.
Their nurturing isn't soft and gentle, it's passionate, it's loyal, and it's deeply transformative. This is the family matriarch who would absolutely go to war for her loved ones, or the therapist who isn't afraid to dive into the darkest emotional wounds to help someone heal.
So we've gone through a lot of the theory, but how does this energy actually show up in a person's life? Let's get practical for a minute and look at how Pushya influences things like career paths and even spiritual purpose. It's probably no surprise that people with strong Pushya placements often find themselves in roles where they can provide stable, supportive structures for others. You see them pop up as trusted advisors, dedicated healthcare workers, teachers, and leaders in big institutions. At its core, any field that involves building something of lasting value and nurturing growth is a totally natural home for this energy.
But, like any energy, Pushya has an evolutionary path. At a less developed level, that powerful need to nurture can sometimes curdle into a need to control, or it can create dependency in others. The spiritual journey here, guided by Saturn's discipline, is to mature beyond that. The ultimate goal is selfless service, to nourish others for the greater good, without needing anything at all in return.
And that really brings us to the core lesson of Pushya. It teaches us that the most important things in life, success, happiness, spiritual growth, they aren't just things you acquire. They have to be nurtured, patiently and consistently. So as we wrap this up, the question to reflect on is this: where in your life could you apply a little less force and a whole lot more of Pushya's patient, nourishing wisdom?